Yo, what is good, boys? Today we're going to be back testing a week of data. So we're going to be trading Asia here starting at 6 p.m. It is March 31st, 2025 in this data. So right now the time it is 6:01 p.m. EST. So Asia open right now. And let's hop on the weekly time frame. Also, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button right before we get into the video. I'm going to keep this like a raw type of video. And yeah, just gonna be doing some back testing of the way that I trade. Here's some payouts that I took on my Topstep accounts last week. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. My stuff actually works. Yeah, let's get it. So first thing here, I'm starting on the weekly time frame. We're gonna do like a top-down analysis. Right now, what I see, SMT with that weekly low. If we go down to the daily time frame, previous day closed bullish, external SMT at the low. What do I see here? I see we have a unfilled daily gap. This could be a potential drawn liquidity here if we could just keep distributing to the upside here on this daily candle. Let's go down the lower time frames. Let's see the hourly, 4-hour, previous 4-hour close to the upside, right? Strong momentum to the upside, bullish order flow. If we look right here, what do we have? We have a unfilled hourly gap right there, right? Simple. What could happen? I think we could pull back into this hourly to then continue price back up towards that unfilled daily gap that we actually have above. So yeah, overall pretty bullish. Let's go down to the 15. All right, let's see how we open up. I want to see if we could manipulate first into that unfilled hourly for some longs. Also, let's pull a fib here. We're just going to use this higher time frame range actually. Let's see the 4-hour range, or we'll pull one fib on the higher time frame, this range here, and then we'll pull a fib on also this hourly range. We could pull another fib. Yeah, so around the hourly also aligns with OTE of this hourly range. Also, this would align with that 4-hour what was it, 0.79 level as well. So around this unfilled hourly gap, I think is a good as position to where I can get into some longs. So yeah, we'll place a limit right there. Let's see. Also, is there a level? Yeah, it could just target right here as my entry. Let's see for stops, probably 12.50 points. It is hella volatile, it does look like. So what we could actually do is run a bit looser of a stop loss because it's so volatile. But yeah, probably gonna just take this with one con, looser stop loss, risk about 500 on this trade. So yeah, we'll see if this can deliver here. Let's place order right here, but put that in. But also, let me see, can you guys see this? But now you should be able to see everything I see. All right, perfect. So we got ES on the right, just looking at SMTs, and yeah, pretty much just gonna wait for this limit. If we do put in a SMT like earlier, I could look for longs a little bit earlier if we do SMT up this low. But I think we could potentially get down towards that unfilled hourly. See, also at these highs, there's really like no SMT up there or anything. So yeah, let's just play this out. All right, let's see. All right, we're in there. Beautiful. Pretty much exactly what I wanted to happen. Also, is there any SMTs at these lows? There actually is. This is a SMT as well. Right there. So yeah, SMT'd up at the low, hourly rebalance. Could react here. All right. For a break-even point, we're probably gonna do an unfilled gap or a 101. Usually I don't really go break-even before a 101. We did just tap a 5-minute gap, but I am bullish here, you know, so I'm not just gonna pull a fast-ass break-even for no reason. We gotta hit at least a 101 RR, or if we create like internal structure. Yeah, so now if we take out this high, I want to see this high get kind of smashed above. So if we take this out, then yeah, I'll break even. But if not, then no. All right, so now I'll be risk-free. Also, we're floating around almost a 101. We didn't fully hit 101, but I do want to see us just kind of break out now above this high. All right, nice. Low-hanging fruit, by the way, is definitely this unfilled 5-minute gap that we have above right here at 385. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably just hold this honestly towards that unfilled daily gap that we have. It is a pretty clean ass draw on liquidity. Also a 5.8 RR if it hits. So honestly a good ass RR here if it can deliver. Also right now looking at 30-minute time frame, looks like we're just distributing, as well as on the hourly. We kind of got in at the bottom of this hourly candle, and then if we can break this high, this would be like an hourly candle flip. So we'll mark that. We could want to flip the hourly candle, right? See how there's like pretty much no top wick there? We could want to flip it and then distribute higher towards my drawn liquidity that I have, which is that unfilled daily gap, which is actually a little bit lower right there. So yeah, we'll see if this can play out or not. If we get break even, I'm gonna just walk away. But yeah, do like the setup. And will I survive? Nah, break even trade. All right, break even, all good. All right, that'll probably be just my one bullet. Yeah, one bullet for Asia, and it looks like draw could be incorrect. Could dump a little bit more. We'll see. Just want to see if my draw is good. Okay. Edged it. Okay. All right. So perfect draw on liquidity. Did end up hitting this lower OTE, or this lower bit of that 4-hour range. We hit the 7.9 that we talked about before. That ended up top ticking. Potentially could have been a reentry, but I'm just doing like one bullet pretty much for this backtesting session. Just keeping it nice and simple. One trade a day, you know, win, loss, or a break even. So yeah, draw ended up being correct. Break even trade, you know, not mad. So yeah, we'll pretty much just go over to the next day. Let's remove this, remove this. We're at 6 a.m., so let's skip. But I believe 6, 4, 5, 6 is right here. All right, bet. All right, so we'll do the same thing. We'll go to the weekly time frame. Let me just play price a little bit. All right, 6:01 p.m. bet. Let's go on the weekly. Looking at the weekly, still have that SMT at the low on the weekly, so higher time frame. I'm a bit more bullish here, just based on the week. Also, let's take a look at the month. And the month is a bit more bearish. Previous month was dumping hella, but previous day close to the upside. We're kind of having that bullish order flow that I want to follow. Also, looks like we have pretty clean high here on the 4-hour time frame, right there. So I hope my mic sounds good. I think it should be good, but yeah, we'll see. Below us, we do have an unfilled hourly gap. We'll just keep that in mind. But yeah, all right, 30-minute, 15. Yeah, so what could happen here is we could dump into this unfilled hourly, could have some type of setup to the upside out of there. Let's see. Or we could just take out the draw liquidity like that. Oh, it looks like actually there was some news as well. So yeah. All right, still bullish here. Probably gonna wait until we open like unfilled 15. So we do have an unfilled 15 here. Super bullish right now, looks like. Or we could dump. So we did take out this high, kind of tapping into this breaker zone. Yeah, I guess we'll see. Alright, new 15-minute gap opened up. Rebalance that. We're kind of reacting off there right now. Let's pull a fib here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually set a limit in a second. I'm gonna set a limit on this range here, right on OTE. And we'll run a bit tighter of a stop here, just because I do want to see this OTE kind of top tick. And we're not like crazy volatile right now. So yeah, you can see this. Let's place order. Buy limit. That. Place that. See if we can get tapped in, please. Please, please. Yo, are we being dead ass? Alright, we're kind of forming more structure right now. Did rebalance equilibrium. Let's see, we could use this range. Alright, could actually long right now. Because we already did rebalance, keep in mind that 15-minute that we had below. Just target that high pretty much for around the 104. So let's place order here. We'll just market order. Because we already did rebalance that 15-minute gap. So we're going to 15. Nice wick out of there. 30-minute bet. 30-minute opens in 8 minutes. So yeah, this does look good still. We'll try this. Alright, wicked out there. All good. And wrong draw basically. But yeah, basically just draw there. Overall setup, I did like it. I was super bullish, rebounced to 15. But it looks like we did want to go down towards the hourly after we took out the 4-hour high that was there. But yeah, overall this was just kind of like a continuation type trade. And yeah, still liked it. So not really tripping. We'll go to the next day. Next day open right here. Alright, where did we open? Alright, but there we are. Alright, 602. Let's go to the weekly again. The weekly's just straight dumping down. We do have a SMT still at this low. Let's see the daily. Daily's kind of dumping. $15 there. So yeah, if we double check the weekly, just kind of dumping, daily dumping, 4-hour dumping. Ideally, I want to see some kind of like continuation shorts, but we are SMT'd up right now with this low right there. It's still a SMT. But yeah, ideally I want to be selling. I do like this range as well. Mark this up. OTE is a bit high up. But yeah, let's see how price plays out for right now. We are SMT'd up right now at this low. We opened up lower. We have this new day open gap. This low is a SMT. No. This low is a SMT. If we go to the 4-hour, kind of just dumping. Could see a breakout below this low, we'll see. But yeah, weekly is just straight distributing to the downside, it looks like. So I really don't want to be longing this at all. Just following the higher time frame, I think we keep dumping. Let's see, is there any SMTs up here? Not really. These are equal highs, kind of gross. I think what could cook though is some type of setup using this new day open gap. So if we place a limit on like the 50% of it, holy, we're volatile as hell. Yo, this volatile for Asia is insane. So I could see a setup like this, or we just keep dumping. Or if we build some structure, it could take a long towards the new day open gap. But do I really like longs here? Not. It's just a bit scuffed, you know? See if we pull a fib here. If we could get a pullback into OT, I mean, I'll take a, yeah. I actually do like this. Just a short-term type of scalp towards this new day open gap. This is a high confidence draw here. Definitely gotta go with the looser stop because we're so damn volatile. Place order. That. And we're in. All right, instant 101. I'm not gonna break even just yet. I want to see if we could rip up, take out this high. All right. Now, if we take out this high, I'll break even though. It's internal high right there. So yeah, I'll be break even there. I just want to see this kind of displace now. If we come back down, I really don't want to, you know, there's no reason I see why we should have another pullback. All right, beautiful. Short term, like scalp TP could be this high for around like 2.8R, but do have a high confidence strong liquidity here of this new day open gap above. Nice. So that would be like TP1 if you're taking partials, or full close. Really depends on where the account is at that I'm trading. If it's like a prop firm account and I need a base hit on that account, then yeah, I'll close it that high. But if I'm building a buffer, or if my buffer's already built and I'm just going for like, you know, a trade that I don't care if I get hit break even after being up a good amount in profit, then that's what we'll do, you know. We'll go for the bigger move, but then if it hits you break even, you can't be mad. So yeah, all good. Break even there. I did really like that draw, so we'll just eat that break even. See if it gets tapped. And there it is. Yeah, perfect draw. Brutal ass break even, but it's all good. We lit. But yeah, here was actually a SMT at these lows. Then double SMT. Even longs around here. Could have been a reentry, but yeah, for this back testing, I'm really just doing like one bullet pretty much. Yeah, that would have been a banger too. So let's go to the next day. It is a bit slower now for sure, but it's all good. Let's go to next day. But all right. 601, let's go to the weekly time frame. Still dumping. We got this weekly low blow. Rider. Daily's dumping. Pretty clear ass draw. Just want to sell. I want to sell ASAP. If we can rebalance this hourly, ideally. Look for a short setup after that. Hold on, why did my thing go full screen, bro? Wow. Alright, there we go. My bad. I don't know why my thing tweaked out. Alright. There we go. Unfilled hourly right there. So yeah, pretty much just looking for a short. That's really it. Let's see this range. Yeah, hourly also lands with bearish OTE, so simple. I'll just place a limit here on this hourly. We'll probably run a looser stop loss. So we are volatile as hell recently. Probably just look for around a 104 RR, or could even target that weekly low. Weekly low did look clean as hell. So If we place order here, sell limit. There we go. Bet. See if we can get tapped in. Yo. Hedged me. Alright. Still think we tapped that hourly. No, not really. Even now the entry is even better. Alright, there we are. We're in. Beautiful. The unfilled hourly is a good ass point where price can react also after we tap it. You can go -1R like that because it was already rebalanced. And then took out this low, so we're also up 1 at 2. If I'm up 1 at 2, I'll usually break even. So yeah, risk free here on this. Alright, almost hit me break even, but still ripping. Alright, beautiful. So here, honestly, I'm not going to be a greedy ass dumbass. We'll take this for a 104. Right there. Beautiful. And we should end up dumping towards this weekly sell side that we have below. So we'll see if this plays out, but I really don't need a fucking 115 ARB. It could play out. Yeah, beautiful. So yeah, if you were on an account that like you don't care about getting hit break even after floating around 104 or 105, then you could have held. But yeah, literally 15R set up there. That was actually beautiful. And this target, it was this weekly sell side. So you see how we use like the higher time frame liquidity, 2-hour advantage. I like to look at the monthly time frame, and on the month, even on the month, we're going towards this monthly low, right? So weekly, we took out the weekly low. You can see how beautiful of a draw that was. And for entry, ended up using that unfilled hourly gap. That was also aligned with OTE of the range, which OTE here was that 618 level of the fib. But yeah, overall, beautiful, beautiful ass setup after taking like a million break evens at the start of this week. But yeah. So yeah, tiny ass losses, big ass wins. So let's go to the next day now. Friday, we'll do one more day. We'll do Sunday. Sunday open. Skip manually. Oh, I skipped it, bro. I didn't see it. I promise. I promise. I promise, bro. Alright, gap down. Let's play one more. Alright, let's go to the weekly. I always start on the weekly. Alright, what do I see? First thing here, Sunday open. This weekly candle has no top wick, right? Meaning we could want to flip this weekly candle and distribute price up and make this top wick. No top wick means we can flip it. So I'll mark it 1 week flip because, you know, I just want to keep in mind that we could potentially flip this and distribute if we can get that, you know, momentum back up, but we'll see. Higher time frame, we do have this low blow. Mark it with this. On the weekly time frame, looking at the monthly. Monthly still dumping, the weekly. You guys notice how I use the higher time frames a lot? When you understand your higher time frame draw on liquidity, your lower time frame entry is a lot less important. Your main important thing in trading in general, in my opinion, is definitely your higher time frame draw on liquidity. But yeah, let's go down to lower time frames here. We'll pull a fib on the 5-minute. We'll actually do it. This range is a bit scuffed, bro. Really don't like how all these highs here are just stacked. Kind of like this low resistance liquidity, trendline liquidity, whatever you want to call it. Really no sweeps there, no SMTs. I really don't like it too much. So I'm going to wait for some more structure. Maybe if we could take out this low, then I'll look for longs. But until we take out that low, I'm bearish, you know. Holy slow ass markets, bro. It's 7 p.m. Take out that low so I can long. Please take out that low, bro. No? Alright, just playing in a range. Yeah, I'm not gonna take a trade in between this range of my like external draws. I usually like one external draw getting hit, and then I take it the opposite way towards my other draw. Yeah, I'm not trading this, so yeah, one no trade day. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. P&L, hold up. This was a backtesting session that I did have like open before, so I was already up in this session. But yeah, I think I don't even remember. I might have taken like a loss and a bunch of break evens and then that one banger. But yeah, pretty much just one session, one simple setup, strong ass higher time frame drawn liquidities used, right? And yeah, just a raw backtesting session. Did around like a week of data, I think. Wasn't the best week at all, but hopefully this opens up, your mind as to how I see the market in general. And yeah, I haven't done a backtesting video in a minute. So here you go, right? Hopefully this helps you get down your bias. If you struggle with that, I get so many questions about bias in my Discord. And this video, honestly, is going to show a lot about how I found my bias, my drawn liquidity, and also the psych that you should be trading with. Like when you see I get hit break even or I take a loss, you don't act on your emotions, right? And this is what you most definitely want to do in the live market as well. When you take a loss or you take a break even, you don't want to act on that emotion. You just want to either, if you have the rule of walking away after a loss, come back the next day or the next session, and stop crashing the fuck out, because it's just not going to make you better. But yeah, quick little raw backtesting session for today. Also, to anybody new here that like watched this entire video and you're not sure if I'm just like another YouTube guru that knows nothing about trading, or like a TikTok trader that shows no results and just wants people to buy their course, I'm not like that. I actually am confident in what I teach, and that's why I teach it, because of how messed up this space actually is. Here's some payouts that I took on my Topstep accounts last week. So yeah, I know what I'm talking about. My stuff actually works. And yeah, the space is absolutely cooked with the people trying to teach before they actually get any results themselves. Yeah, also, it's very important to pay the trader. When you run up your accounts a good amount, pay yourself out. And then as long as you have a buffer, you should be good, right? De-risk if you have to, build back your accounts after you secure that payout. You don't want to just blow hella money on evaluations, if I'm being totally real with you guys. Like for me personally, I like to milk accounts before I get moved to live. Then yeah, maybe play it aggressive. Or if you get moved to live, then rinse the live. Like when I was on live with Topstep, I rinsed the live, pretty much withdrew everything that I could, and then just blew the live account and then went back to XFAs on Topstep. Just wanted to show this as well to anybody new here who maybe doesn't know if what I actually teach works or what I'm doing, like my strategy. You may see it take a loss, but bro, a loss is literally nothing long term. Losses are just part of a winning system. When you have managed risk, when you have a good RR, a good win rate, right? Good risk parameters. Like for me, walking away after pretty much one trade in a session, it keeps things very, very consistent every single month. Also, right now, if you have no prop firm accounts or you're just looking to scale, Lucid Trading is a prop firm that has pretty much the same payout rules as Topstep. Very, very similar. If you get the Lucid Flex accounts, I have 5 of these as well right now that I'm trading. And if you use code KRABS at checkout, you get 40% off any account. And also for your first 2 accounts that you get, it's 50% off. So my code literally gets you the best discount possible. And also Lucid Trading has the TradeC platform if you choose the rhythmic option. So I trade the Lucid Flex 50K rhythmic accounts, and yeah, 40% off if you use code KRABS at checkout. Also, if you're a trader that's still not yet funded with a prop firm, you haven't received your first ever prop firm payouts, I currently have an offer where I guarantee to work with you one-on-one until you're funded over 6 figures with prop firms and receive your first ever prop firm payouts. So if that's something that you're interested in, first link in the description is where you can actually apply to get coached by me one-on-one. So yeah, I basically review all your trades. I give you my own model that I trade every single day. I help you pass your prop firm evaluation and then secure your first ever prop firm payout. After you get your first few payouts, right, then we work on just scaling, copy trading, and so that you could basically just multiply your income, right? Once you have like 5 or even 10 accounts, 15, 20 accounts, you just make more, right? Keep your trading simple. Just stick to one simple session, one simple trade. So many people overcomplicate this, but yeah, until next time, love you all. Subscribe if you're new here, hit that like button as well, and comment if you guys want more backtesting videos just like this. Until next time, love you all. Peace out.